think it is. Either that or we're just both losing our minds, which is also quite probably possible.
Knight's our Pookie Bear. There is no of. Don't say it that way. It's like when people call Pike
Yeah.
Place Pike's Place Market.
You know,
There's no S.
I think that makes it even more likely to be a Five Nights at Freddy's reference, right? It's just gotta be at this point.
Maybe, but it's not Five Nights Freddy's. It's,
Sure it
you
is.
know, like there. No, it's sure.
Sure it is. If you want it to be.
Depends who you ask.
Depends on who you ask. I think the quickest. Okay, I'm opening their match chat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask them. Is your team a Five Nights at Freddy reference? And I'll keep stream updated with.
Yeah,
their
keep us
answer.
updated with what their answer is, because it's really important for us to know.
I just got to re-pull back up the bracket. I lost where it was, and now I'm getting confused navigating the page.
Strikes Twice makes me think of a Charlie XCX song called Don't Think Twice. Or no, it's called Twice, but it's like, don't think twice, don't think twice. It's really catchy. I'm thinking about that with Strikes Twice. Toma, what are our maps? What's our maps for this?
What is our maps? Let's ask Inky. Inky, yes!
Yeah, thank
Inky,
you.
my goat!
Thank
Splat
you, Inky.
Zones. Splat Zones, Robo Ramen first. I love that. Obviously, classic Scorched Gorge Rainmaker. Clamblitz Inkblot, Tower Control, Ship Shape, and then Splat Zones Mako. So I mean, pretty standard lineup across the board, right? But I'm eyeing Splat Zones Robo.
Robin.
I'm pretty hungry. I could go for a big bowl of ramen right now, Saf.
Oh, you caught me mid-yawn. I'm so sorry. I could also eat a bowl of ramen because that sounds fantastic. I am just grateful that we didn't have to go to Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy in the last set. I'm glad that we could, if we really want to talk about skipping the meme, I'm really glad that that's the meme that got skipped. So opening on Splat Zone's Robo Ramen, this is going to be really fun. This is also a good one to open on. I mean, most, I think, maps and modes really set the tone for how the rest of it's going to go. But I feel that Robo Ramen lands in one of our more, like, balanced maps for Splat Zones, if that makes sense. It also is very reminiscent of some previous maps that we've had in past installations of the game. So I feel like this one consistently has been an opener for a lot of different tournaments, and I think for that reason, it really sets the tone for the rest of the match.
Okay, breaking news. It is not a Five Nights at Freddy's reference. So
Dang
Captain
it!
Happy has said, this might be the most tragic day that I've ever experienced.
What does it mean?
I don't know. What does the name mean?
I mean, we could speculate.
No.
That's the thing. You also have to discern, like, if when it's okay to just speculate a bunch, or if you'd rather speculate a bunch, or do you just go straight to the source and get the answer? Because, like, I'm a speculator.
I'm a source person.
That's perfect.
Nightmare is our Pookie Bear. That's what it means.
Nightmare is our Pookie Bear?
Nightmare is our Pookie Bear. But isn't Nightmare... Am I, like, crazy? Nightmare... Who's Nightmare? Oh, Nightmare's a player on their team? Question mark. A birdie in my ear. Yes, Nightmare is one of their players.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was right there.
That's
the
Pookie.
Whole time.
That's Pookie.
That's Pookie. Okay, I get it. Wow, there's lore behind this.
Yeah, I'm glad that we uncovered this for everyone to know. That's Pookie over there.
Okay. Now make sure whenever we're commentating, if you ever see Nightmare make a crazy play, refer to Nightmare as Pookie.
Yeah, don't write that in your notes, future commentators. That's who we're talking about. Just like when we were watching FT Win and Biscuit usually always has a different name, and you have to kind of play guess what their new name is.
Yeah, he's just a big cuddly bear, says Captain Happy. I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's awesome. That Nightmare is a big cuddly bear.
I know. Thank you for inquiring and finding that out. That's real journalism.
Yes,
as the interwebs say. That's real journalism. Going straight to the source.
getting the real answers that the people want to know.
And I'm grateful for it because I wouldn't have done that myself, but I know someone would have. And I happen to just be sitting on microphone with them right now. I love
Yeah.
live journalism.
Remember, when you need news, come to me. I'm trustworthy. I am your source, probably. Unless I don't know, then don't come to me. The chances are I probably actually don't know the answer to your question. Unless it's an IPL tournament, then I probably do. So that's your frame of reference.
Got it. Okay. Toma, can you break down what plushies you have behind you? Because I truly think that the people are curious. No one's
I have
asking it
so
though.
many. I have little Ika from Honkai Star Rail. I have a giant Sprigatito. Big Man is buried back there. The big man from the, oh gosh, what's the team? What's the team that has the booth? The booth at Riptide and LTC.
Remix.
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 Yes, Remix. The Remix booth have Big Man. There's a giant Belly Bolt. There's like 200 million Pokemon. Like the ones I can see right now, I can name. There's a Plusle. There's a Minun. There's a Mightyena. There's a Wooloo. There's a Bulbasaur, Reshiram, and Zekrom. There's multiple Umbreons and Espeons, and there's a shiny one of Umbreon and Espeon somewhere as well. There's an Esper. There's a Mega Charizard X. There's like 2 Piplups. There's a Lapras. It's asleep. I have a lot.
Do you have a Snom bag? Is that a Snom bag on your wall?
No. This is. I have a little bag right here that is an Aventurine bird from Honkai Star Rail. He's super cute and adorable.
I thought that Snom was on the back, so that's my bad.
No, that's my HSR stuff. A little Scaramouche kitty from HSR. A little Farina. A little Toma. This one's hold on. I'm gonna take it off of here. Hold on, because it's not quite on the camera. Look, it's a little Toma. That's who I'm named after. Look at him.
And a Corgi? I know someone named Corgi.
This is actually it's a Shiba Inu from the game. His name is Tarumaru.
Okay. I need to be taken out back. Like, I'm not doing good today. I'm like 0 for 3 on things.
Yeah, I have so many things here. This is probably the best one. Hold on, this is the best sticker I have on this board. Look at this. Hey, you might notice some people on here.
Yeah,
some people
I have that too!
Wow, look at it. Oh my gosh, Twitter. Wow.
I have that readily available too!
Keep it right here. I have there's so many things on my desk too. Like I have so many little cat cakes from HSR. I have a Robin, a little Robin brick. Love Robin. There's a Slowpoke here. I have Soda. Woo, Soda.
Trinkets. This is a nice place for my trinkets.
There's a Lapras. Yeah, I've got so many things. Like my desk. I'll post a desk picture later. I have so many things all over. I got a new keyboard too.
Did you see that the newest Happy Meal toys are like Pokemon that come in Pokeballs and you like unfold them?
Oh, that's
They're
awesome.
plastic, but they're like toys. Yeah.
I need that.
I feel like there's an upgrade to a Happy Meal toy every like at least with like Pokemon or things that we really care about. There's always like an upgrade when it comes back. And I feel like this is like the magnum opus of Pokemon, like McDonald's Pokemon toys. But folks, I think we're gonna take a brief break. We're gonna take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back. We have some folks trying to still get in the room and figure some things out on the back end. So we'll take a break for us, and that means a little bit of a break for you. But don't go far, because Knights of our Pookie Bear, we have to be cheering on Nightmare over here versus Strikes Trice.
Oh, never mind.
Guess what? I lied. You're sitting down and you're watching this match because everybody is already in the room. So sorry about that to you. That sucks. You drink it right now. Have a sip right here. This would be the better place to actually take your break, is while we're going to get started into this match. So,
yes.
Okay. So
what a chaotic past 10 minutes it's been, huh?
What, talking about plushies
There's so many. Oh,
researching about Pookie
I
Bear.
forgot the most obvious one. I have my Bubbles Chimera plushie on my head, and I didn't even say anything about him. Bubbles has just been chilling here the whole time. The MVP.
I like their sunglasses.
They're so cute, right? Hold on. They like their feet wrap around. That's how they're able to like stay on the mic because their little
Oh, they
feet
look
wrap
broken.
around it.
Oh, I
That's how it's
see.
supposed to be because it's supposed to be like the advertisement has it like wrapped around your arm, like it's supposed to like see like it holds on, right? It's so cute.
We're all just holding on a little bit. So do you like having it on your headphones, or is that something that like is that an accessory? Would you want that to be an accessory?
I kind of like it on my headphones. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I also got the little Sprigatito that like wraps around things that I'm gonna put up there, but it's like it's not here yet. It's gotta arrive from good old Pokemon.
Got it, got it. I also want to do a beverage reveal. Toma, I don't know if you're a sparkling water connoisseur, but I'll do it like an influencer, okay? I've been really
Yeah,
into the strawberry nectarine Waterloo. Here it is.
fantastic. I'm drinking water, unless I'm also drinking strawberry limeade. So
Strawberry limeade from Sonic.
yeah. The good old, I love limeades. So shout out to Cherry Limeade, my beloved and deceased Splatoon team.
The #1 limeade out there. In our
So
hearts.
true. I am drinking the #2 limeade. Strawberry just sounded particularly good today.
Okay, here we are, Robo Ramen. Get your drink and chicken food vouchers. We're gonna sit down and have lunch this afternoon with Knights of our Pookie Bear. Oh, see, I added the of just because Knights are Pookie Bear and Strikes Twice. We're in Redemption Round 2. Toma, Knights are Pookie Bear having the opening.
Yeah, that Reef Slider coming in as well, Saf. That zone gonna flip, and now you've got the Stamper player, TK, here, trying to fight it out. Has that Zipcaster trying to stay alive, does get a pick. 2 down now on the side of Knights or Pookie Bear, and they're able to just, gosh, wow, really kind of stay alive there for a minute, and now 3 down on the side of Knights or Pookie Bear. Strikes Twice is going to be able to get here and take the zone, start moving forward. Sneaky trying to apply some pressure there, has to fall off to stay alive while the rest of their team respawns. They do have Cooler notably as well, and they are just in a great power position at the moment, making it really hard for Knights R Pookie Bear to find their space to get back in. That Reef Slider pops out, but it doesn't quite connect to the zone. It looks like they are able to get the cap, but are struggling really to kind of find their ground until they are able to get those few additional picks to really be able to move through the middle of the map.
So sometimes I think about the concept of uniqueness, and I really want that to apply to the comp of Knights R Pookie Bear is running with. Because the only shooter they have is, in fact, an arrow spray. Tons of ink to be put down for sure, and great utilization of that Zipcast, or the Reef Slider, excuse me, not a Zipcaster whatsoever. But already you can see that Strikes Twice is truly struggling to get out of their spawning area right now, because Knights R Pookie Bear has so much range that they can play with, and especially with Happy on that pencil, and then you have the Explosher as well. Sneaky getting 3 members down in one go. I didn't even see what happened on the left side, Toma. We were only looking forward at the 1 pick.
Yeah, and you see there, Sneaky, they striked thrice, actually, getting that triple there, but unfortunately not going to be enough as Knights R Pookie Bear now has control of this zone once again. Fishy, again, on this arrow spray, just laying down so much paint that it's really hard to get back out there into that zone. The Expo trying to move up with that deadly splashdown, but unfortunately being found and caught out there. But Captain Happy, I mean, Captain Happy's always been such a great pin player, just keeping the rest of that team at bay, making it as hard as possible for them to get in. 2 down on both sides now. Knights R Pookie Bear just trying to stall out these last 15 counts, but the Reef Slider are going to make that a little bit difficult. It actually looks like it may have overshot there and not going to be able to find as much value as it wants to on the zone, but they do find that cap. Going to be applying 53 penalty there, being able to stay alive for a little bit longer here in this game.
Yeah, and I think that this Cooler coming out for Strikes Twice has been an interesting timing for them, because all of the members of Strikes Twice scooted back to go and get that Cooler, but it allowed all the more space for Knights R Pookie Bear to push forward here. So a very delayed takeover by Strikes Twice, but Knights are Pookie Bear once again pushing Strikes Twice back into their spawning area. And shout out to that ceiling sprinkler, because that is going to be doing so much work here, even for just a little bit of chip that makes it onto the zone from Strikes Twice. You really have to put in a lot of effort to look up and get that down from the ceiling, and you need the range and space to do it, but that is not going to be the case here for Strikes Twice. Knights are Pookie Bear are taking us to game 2.
Yes, they are. I'm super excited there. That was such a really interesting game one, Saf. It wasn't really the comp I was expecting to come out, but it worked out for them so well. They were able to apply so much paint in that zone with that arrow spray. And then you would think that like an arrow spray would be easy to kind of like rush down and kill, since it's a little bit of a weaker main weapon. But when you kind of pair it with that really powerful backline like that pencil, it's just really hard to get in and to be able to approach and threaten the people that are really holding down that space, right, Saf? So it's a really interesting combination, I think.
I like that we consider Captain Happy on the pencil to be the back line, and that the Dynamo was like the mid line. Because all the time, Captain Happy was kind of bringing up the rear for everybody on the side of Knights or Pookie Bear. And then I believe it was Sarah on the Dynamo was kind of being the midline skirmisher with a Dynamo, which is really fun for me to see, just because my near and dear friend Elusive Echo does that a lot and tends to play frontline with a Dynamo. And so it's really entertaining. It's really entertaining to get to watch that type of skill set be used for a weapon that tends to be a lot slower. But you still make it work to your advantage, so that is always a good time. Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge, though, moving on into this matchup here. Strikes Twice. Toma, what are some adjustments that maybe need to be made for the folks of Strikes Twice if we want to try to find success here on Scorch Gorge?
Definitely, I feel like the utilization of their specials is going to be really important to kind of break the hold that Knights R Pookie Bear is holding. I noted kind of like at the end of that game where they had like a little bit of a reef slider. It went a little bit too far. It didn't quite have the impact that I think that they were maybe looking for. So I think that they need to utilize them just a little bit more wisely in the certain areas to be able to kind of pressure out people when they need to get some really key splats, especially on a mode that moves so fast like Rainmaker. Because this is kind of one of those maps, I say, it either is a stall fest at the first checkpoint where you can like never break it, right? And you have like the lowest scoring game on earth, or it's a straight run up the ramp and whoever can go up the furthest wins, as it is just absolute chaos in the base. It's one of those two. It's neither, anywhere in between. But either way, you're going to really need to be able to clear out the opponent if you want to be able to overcome either one of those situations. So really looking at those special utilization, hopefully just kind of finding a difference for them here in this match.
And I'm gonna assume here that potentially we might see a different pick from actually, I don't think Brambles is playing today, so never mind. I was gonna say, I'm wondering if we're gonna see Brambles pick up that junior, because I think Rainmaker here with a junior would be really great. But yeah, you have Fishy on the Wellstring. Captain Happy's gonna be switching to the Sploosh-O-Matic. I'd like to comment on uniqueness again.
Oh, the DC. I was like, I thought Captain Happy fell off the map somehow. I was like, what happened? Like, because I saw them.
Yeah,
just
I did too. Yeah. I thought that was a map fall off. That was not a disconnect, but that's okay. We can reset it. We can start again from the beginning. Toma, to me, it would seem to me that Pookie Bear here is just trying to have a good time and have some fun.
Yeah, Pookie, actually, specifically, I think if you look at the chat, Pookie has specifically requested not to hype up Happy. So we need to start hyping up Pookie instead, right?
I'm sorry, this team is in fact about Pookie Bear, and I forgot.
Pookie. We are focusing on the wrong person. All the praise needs to go to Pookie.
Yeah, okay. You're right. We need to be better about talking about Pookie and not talking about Captain Happy. We gotta be more vigilant in our words.
More vigilant. Yes. I'm glad that you understand the vision here, Saf, as we go back here into this game, we're going to be cheering for the right person on the side of Pookie's team here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful Explo. We hadn't talked about it yet. The splashdowns in the last game were so great. Yes, Pookie. Woo!
I think Pookie will be really appreciative of you hyping them up like that. But I also want to talk about Strikes Twice because there's been, I think, only a little bit of a change. I believe that Pro is kind of new to the stage here. But Knights Are Pookie Bear is going to quickly initiate the skirmish and team fight happening in the center stage. Happy is going to open us up with a really great pick from the Stamp. Looking in to maybe get a second one, probably going to cause a little bit of damage there. And here comes Pookie Bear! On the way to the first checkpoint, however, missiles are going to make that a little bit of a challenge, but not if you're able to take 2 members down with that giant, glorious fish. Shouts out to Pookie Bear. First checkpoint has been taken.
And splashdown coming out too. Look at that, Saf. Really great timing here. Going to be forcing 1 on the edge, 2 down once again. Now they just need to be able to pick up that Rainmaker and see if they can run it forward. Pookie picking up that Rainmaker, trying to avoid the Splatana there, buying themselves a little bit of time. They're able to find the pick there. Now trying to move forward. Unfortunately, going down, I think, to a bomb there from that Pro. But look, Fishy over here also on the side. Oh, I was about to say has their hammer ready, but unfortunately gets picked out as soon as that happens. Strikes Twice now starting to find their footing here in mid, stabilizing out. They've got a Zipcaster online ready to be used. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, they do not. As they go down there, but they need to stabilize here, but going 3 down is going to be quite difficult. They pop that Reef Slider, and when you pop that Reef Slider, you know, really difficult to get out of that situation. Once it ends, you are just so vulnerable, and Knights Are Pookie Bear was wasting no time capitalizing off of that and pushing forward, trying to claim as many points as possible right now, diving down, trying to get to that ramp, taking it down to 30. Of course, no lead is safe on this map, but it is definitely a really great opening, down to 10 now, Saf.
Yeah, they just kind of keep pushing the snowball more and more, and they have downhill advantage at this point, because now to the 10 mark, you have Knights Are Pookie Bear really firm in the spawning area of Strikes Twice, and finally maybe going to open something up here. The triple splashdown takes 2 down, but that's going to be sneaky. Finally opening up the gateway for Strikes Twice to get back into the map here, but Captain Happy is going to be zooming to get back into the fight, but not going to find any value there, so Strikes Twice has the Rainmaker batted back into the middle section here, and looking to see if they can try to make some headway of their own, but they seem a little hesitant to push forward in a similar fashion to Knights Are Pookie Bear, Toma, so we got to be really cautious of that. Speaking of, where is Pookie Bear? Oh, there he is. 3 cheers for Pookie Bear. Hip, hip, hooray.
Hip, hip, hooray. But right now, Strikes Twice finding that first checkpoint break, trying to see if they can push it any further here. The Tetris do go down, make that 2 down. They're going to be forced to give up a little bit of space here before they can get another push rolling. But TK really trying to make everything count there. Unfortunately, not quite able to get away with the picks, though. Just the Head It now backed up in mid, trying to save some space for their team. Looking at Captain Happy there, trying to pick out Sarah too, but unfortunately not going to be able to land those hits. And now 2 more go down on the side of Strikes Twice. Knights Are Pookie Bear gearing up to make another push here. Sap looking quite strong here at the moment. That splashdown coming out from Pookie, but they're going to get dropped on by those Tetris, and a great pick there stalls them out. The Head It going to be forced to back up here from that Rainmaker and getting picked out too. Now just the Tetris,
Wow.
the full pipe Sap. There they go. They love to see it. Those wipes and those picks just at the perfect timing to allow them to just zoom up that ramp to victory.
Yeah, the synergy that Knights Are Pookie Bear had in the closing seconds there was absolutely huge. And especially because you would see one member get completely chased to the left-hand side of somewhere, but then Fishy was there to respond with a shot of their own from the well string. You had Sarah running up the ramp directly with the Rainmaker. There goes a Stamp flying past their ear and taking out the last member to result in the wipeout and open up the space for Knights Are Pookie Bear to defeat Strikes Twice in our game 2. Going into game 3, we're at match point now for Knights Are Pookie Bear. Toma, I said it once, I'll say it again. 3 cheers for Pookie Bear! Hip hip hooray!
Hooray! Hooray! Yeah, that was a great game from them, Saf. And I think what you said there in those closing moments, really, they just did have excellent synergy. You can kind of notice, especially when that headit dropped, it kind of avoided a narrow blast from that Rainmaker. They knew exactly where it was going. They lobbed another shot. The rest of the team collapsed in. You had that hammer throw, exactly like you said. Everything just kind of lining up in conjunction with each other to really be able to make that push happen there at the end. It was a really good display of such the high level teamwork that Knights Are Pookie Bear has.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. However, I do think Strikes Twice, they still have some time to try to make up some ground here, albeit it's a long way from down at the bottom to reach the peak of the mountain. Knights Are Pookie Bear is almost there, but they could still meet them at the top. Just it's going to take a little bit longer of a journey to do so. So down, but not quite out just yet. So Knights Are Pookie Bear. I mean, Toma, even with the really strange weapons and having essentially 3 backline weapons playing together on Knights Are Pookie Bear, there's a really interesting sort of team play that has to occur for people that need to stay further back in order for their weapons to be more effective. So it's interesting to watch Knights of Pookie Bear find really big advantage with that on these last 2 games that we played. And if I'm not mistaken, we are going to Clam Blitz next? Question mark.
That sounds right. I believe it's Clam Blitz Inkblot, if I remember correctly.
Ding,
Oh my
ding,
god,
ding.
I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Yes, it is Clam Blitz Inkblot. And I do agree, their comp is just so interesting. Because like you said, they're kind of 3 backline capable weapons. But I think that you just have that Wellstring, you have that Dynamo move up so quickly, so fast. They're both such AoE heavy that when you have them and you have the pencil poking, right, they can kind of go as far forward as they want. Because the second one of them just like looks at you, you just kind of explode on the spot, right? And so they're really making use of that. They're making use, are sure that they fight together so that they can use the strengths of their weapons to kind of overcome like the issues that they have with being slower, more traditionally anchory weapons.
Mm-hmm. But still, even the tempo. Oh,
What?
brother!
What? Oh,
3 cheers for Pookie Bear!
Hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray!
Oh my gosh, triple exploit. I'm very interested to just to see how this is gonna go. It's either the most genius play you've seen or it's an active throw, and there's no, you know, we'll see how it is. I don't think that you can afford to disrespect Strikes Twice too much, or they're going to really take advantage of you. Right now, TK up here on this Crab Tank, trying to get some space, but it's really hard. I think Crab Tank, especially against weapons like Explo, to really be able to find its footing with a lot of pressure and AoE, just forcing it backwards. Illusion there on the side, trying to find a pick, but again, like the Explos, they're just so formidable when you have them all sloshing in the same space. It can be really difficult, especially if you have splashdowns coming out too, but not enough clams on the side of Pookie Bear to be able to score yet.
Yeah, they don't really have the clam pickup capability that you would think that they would, but they have so much coverage of the area that they're working with here, because it seems to me Strikes Twice has barely made it out of the spawn. Finally, though, 3 members of Pookie Bear going down. Hip, hip, oh no. And only Sarah is going to be the only one holding it down, but still TK with that Crab Tank is going to open things up quite a bit. But Toma, still no, not enough clams for Strikes Twice to really do anything here.
Yeah, it can be really difficult. That Power Clam does finally come online, but unfortunately is not going to make it to the basket in time unless TK can do something about it. Or Sneaky here, trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, not going to pick up that Power Clam in time. That Power Clam is going to break, but a really good push that they had there to try to get things going right now. 2 minutes in, neither team is really just like, you get up there, but if you don't have the clams ready to go, is really, really difficult. And I think that finding that right pace of gathering clams before you move, whichever team can figure it out first, that's going to make the difference here.
Yeah, and it seems to me that even with 3 X-Splashers in our midst here, Knights Are Pookie Bear has still maintained a lot of the map, and actually it's going to open it up for Fishy to... It's going to drastically miss a bit of a 45-degree angle, actually maybe less, maybe like a 20-degree angle there. Just a little bit off of her fishy, but that was really close, Toma. That just goes to show that even with the long range that they're working with, Strikes Twice has to look backwards. They're forced to look backwards.
Truly a hip hip oh no moment again. That was so close that I thought I saw them go up in the air and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna score, and then just watched them miss. I was like, no, that is so tragic.
And what is one supposed to do? Because now we're 3 minutes into this gosh darn game, and there's no score that's been made because the Exploshers are too focused on staying alive. They can't really collect clams. But Nightmare's gonna take at least 3 people down. Actually, assist probably in the third one there. But still, look at this. Knights Are Pookie Bear is still too far behind to really make any headway here.
That was a nice crab tank from TK2, able to find one and get the assist on the other, really opening the way for Strike Twice to potentially get back in here. The Dynamo, though, with a great pick there to stall things out. Unfortunately, does trade it out, but it was a good opportunity. If you can get up there, right, if you can kind of get up in the faces of the Explos, it becomes a lot harder for them. But right now, they're still just trying to hold it out as much as possible. Almost 4 minutes in without a single score is such a crazy thing for this game, Safa.
Right, and I think, too, it seems like Strikes Twice is still able to get a power clam online, but they just are not able to get anywhere close to that basket, and Captain Happy's gonna have another jump! That was Sarah jumping with the power clam to Captain Happy, and now finally a power clam has made contact with a basket at some point. 2! Make it 2, and we're 50 seconds left in the game. Toma, this game has been so slow, but my gosh, it's been powerful when it counts.
Yes, it has been. You have to be really, really aware of where the opponents are. You get sneaky little jumps like that, able to get in there just because someone was in an opportune position to get to that basket without revealing themselves. Really great opportunity there for Knights Are Pookie Bear. Now just 30 seconds left here, a little less on this clock. Means that it's gonna be pressure on for Strikes Twice to find some clams and get out there, but right now clam economy is completely in favor of Knights Are Pookie Bear, as well as the man advantage here. Sneaky trying to move forward. This Dynamo doing a great job trying to stall them out. The rain is out as well. You may have splashdowns very soon. 2 are down. They have to make this count, Saf. This is going to be their last opportunity to do so. TK with that power clam throws it to allow their teammate to pick it up while they're crabbing. Illusion's trying to move in forward here. Sneaky trying to get some picks under there. Looks like they might be able to break basket here, but will they be able to add enough to it? They're going to be throwing some clams. They need to find a bit more. Sneaky moving in on the back, trying to find some, but Saf, they need to keep this open. Look at that. Down to 68. They need 3 more clams, but it doesn't look like they're going to be get it. And that's going to be GG's. Knights Are Pookie Bear taking this set 3-0, advancing to alpha bracket. Wow, what a crazy final game.
3 cheers for Pookie Bear! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray!
3 cheers for Pookie Bear, 3 wins and 0 losses for Pookie Bear. They're going to be moving on to the alpha bracket side of things, but that means that Strikes Twice is moving down to beta.
Yep, they are going to beta, and I definitely think they're going to be a team to be looking out there for. I mean, Captain Happy and Knights Are Pookie Bear, they're such a strong team, right? Really notable players that have such good performances. Here, you see that sneaky play, right? That was such a good opportunity. And up on the statue, can we talk about that? Like, up on the statue, not just under basket, not on bats. They were in such a precarious spot there to get there undetected, and were able to still do it. This is really, really crazy. That splashdown, of course, as well, helping stall things out. What a beautiful, beautiful play there from them. But on the other side, right, still Strikes Twice had really good moments. And with what a powerful team Knights Are Pookie Bear is, right? I don't think there's any shame in losing to them there. And I think that the fact that you're able to go, what, 4 minutes against them before like there's even a basket break, I don't think most teams can say that they'd be able to do that, Saf. I think most teams would be struggling to be able to get to that point without letting them break basket.
It's the definition of the long game, and they did it right there because the basket pop didn't happen till 50 seconds in.
Absolutely. But huge congrats to Knights our Pookie Bear moving on to Alpha Bracket. That's going to wrap us up here today, at least for the stream. But before we head out, just looking at that redemption bracket, some of the matches that have finalized, Saf, we have taking a 3-0
Oh,
victory over Flamingo, going over to Alpha Bracket.
it's
Just finishing up the Distinct versus the City Trial Warriors. Distinct moving on to Alpha Bracket. Carmel taking the 3-0 victory over the Cafeteria. And Bad Luck, who we saw last time, going down to Beta Bracket, losing 3-0 to Life Expectancy 25. Blanks versus Thank You just wrapping up right now. The 3 points, the winners being Thank You. And in the bottom part of our bracket, Duck Motif currently 2-0 up against Kids Next Door. So really exciting matches here today. Going to be some really awesome, exciting Splatoon action. Some really good teams. Because also, who made it? I'm going to go look at Alpha to see who made it directly into Alpha. There's Special Grade, Poltergeist, Fruitella, Bet, Milky Way, Afterlife, EZMD, and Hogtua that made it directly into bracket from the group stage. So it's going to be a really, really exciting day of Splatoon tomorrow, Saf. But that wraps us up for today. Before we go, Saf, where can the good people find you?
First of all, don't find me. I don't want to be found. But if you're looking, I'm in the woods. I'm out on the beach. I'm going to see that new Knives Out movie tonight. So if you see that movie, tell me what you think of it. I'm also going to be probably baking more cookies because me and my partner keep eating all of them before we can actually like have them for multiple days. So probably making more cookies. There's a lot of different things. Also looking at Christmas lights. It's the holidays here in the US, in case you didn't know, and in other places. Toma, where are you?
You can find me over on Blue Sky at toma.inkling.social. You can probably find me somewhere in the new year when the H-Town date gets announced over at H-Town in Houston, Texas. Shout out to our land. What's your land again? Do you want to shout that out? Your land that's really awesome?
My land that's really awesome? Do you not know what my land that's really awesome is?
Oh, I know what it is, but don't you want to tell the people all about it too? Since
Tell me what my awesome land is, since you think I have one.
Yeah, the sea battle. Sea battle. Okay, hold on. I have actually right here on my board. Sea battle.